I got to lean in.
What is going on, everybody? It is me again. It is time to lean in, bitch. Welcome to the new Wednesday Night Live, as we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Usually, this time we will be on talking about Beverly Hills, but thank God, Salt Lake City was able to move their episode. Move it back an hour. That way we can actually talk about it because the other time was too late. If you're no stranger to this channel in Salt Lake City, the things we talk about, we actually used to come on this time last year. I believe. When did I think last year we came on right after they came off too.
It was. We
Yeah,
did. We
yeah.
did.
So nonetheless, we back. The new Wednesday Night Live. Antonio is here. Jamie cannot be here, and Chad cannot be here, but the show will go on, and they'll be here next week, I'm sure. All right, but before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And let us know if you are watching, whether you're watching live or you part of the replay gang. Danny is here. Danny and Sammy are here. What's going on, Danny and Sam? If y'all want to get on here anytime, let us know. The episode just went off, so it's fresh on my mind, and a lot happened. But I will say, like Antonio and I was just talking about, the show is cool, but I feel like, oh shit, this says Real Housewives of Potomac. Hold on, y'all, let me fix that. It's not Lake City. Um, the show is cool, but I will say I just feel like they just yelling and screaming at each other for nothing. I don't really. There's no depth to some of the storylines. I feel like I don't know.
It's like
And
everybody's fighting for some camera time or a spot.
Camera time? Yeah, I don't know. Right. What's going on, Dr. C? Who said I don't have cable, so I'm going to lean in and watch review. Yeah, come on. I can fill you in on everything you need to know. It was just as chaotic as all the others. A lot of screaming, crazy outfits. Jen Shah had bad hair. Just same old things that happens in every damn
flat asses,
bad hips, no rhythm, same old thing. All right, so in this episode, they are in San Diego, and up until this point, last week we got another drink toss, not from Potomac, but from Jen to her friend Angie K. And the episode ended off with them on the boat. Angie K is upset. Angie K is she's pissed. You know, she is having mad day. She is saying all type of things. You know, that the lady didn't pay. Jen did not pay her for Coach Shah's party. She's basically singing like a canary. And we talked about it last week. We all said, I think all four of us were here, and we talked about the fact that it seems like she may have been kind of wanting to say that, and she got on the camera, and now it's just like she gonna find a way because baby is still talking. And so in this episode, it picks up on the boat, which is where Jen Shah had her meltdown and or mini meltdown. But in this moment, you know, you got Jen is now upset with Lisa. She's upset that Lisa took Angie's side, and that's gonna cause a big issue later. And Angie K is having a side conversation. They've separated. Angie K feels like she's been conned. She says that, you know, everything she's been accused of conning people, and now she feels like she's on the receiving end of that. I think she said that last week. You said what?
That's a strong statement from
It is a strong statement, especially for your friend. Like, damn, girl. I mean, that's very everything else I can see, but baby, that's past mad day. That is, bitch, what? I'm sure Jen Shah is watching like, what?
Yeah, because I would be too. So yeah.
I would be too. And so in this moment, a couple things are going on with the conversation. So Angie's talking to Dana and Whitney. Whitney feels like this is a similar situation to her and Heather. I don't feel like it is. And Dana is just focused on holding Jen accountable. That seems to be what her purpose is. She wants to make sure that Jen Shah does not yell and scream and just not do these things anymore. So she brings it up again. She feels like the girls are scared. We went through an entire first season about the girls being scared of Jen Shah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dana, we already been through that. Yes, they are scared of Jen Shah.
Like, clearly, Dana showed it. But
and I'm sure Dana watched the shit too. So I don't know why she keep acting like she didn't. And so what happens is, I guess Jen is drunk. Do you think she really was drunk?
I was thinking, like, when did she get that? Because to me, she was acting like regular Jen, and all of a sudden on the bus, she was like drunk as fuck.
I felt like she was fine, but then she started to like
when did this happen?
And slur and just kind of like, it was weird. It was very weird. And
because
so
she even had a negative attitude when she first walked from wherever her and Meredith and whoever else it was, wherever they were talking around to where everybody else was with Whitney and was dancing. She had like a sour attitude then. So I'm like, when did she get this drunk?
Well, drunk. We're gonna just say she was drunk. We're gonna say she was drunk. That's what she wants us to believe. So we're gonna go with it, Jen. We're gonna roll with you. So she's drunk. She confronts Lisa and tells her to be consistent. In other words, she feels like she don't like the fact that she was befriending Angie K or talking to her, taking her side. Jen pushes Lisa literally several times, knocked all across the front of that damn boat. I thought Lisa was gonna fall off the boat. Because I mean, from the camera's view, it looked like they were at a, I mean, obviously they weren't, but it just looked kind of scary to be on the front of a boat and you just constantly getting pushed because those were not no soft pushes. So at this point, this is the second time this season that somebody has been physically assaulted. Heather beat Whitney ass twice. And clearly in this moment, Jen is whooping on Lisa. But Lisa is not really like, she's kind of like okay with it. She's just like, you know, Jen, no, I am your friend. I am your, hold up, we got a little spam chat. Hold on, chat. Not hot sisters. Hold up.
Get the fuck off our porch, bitch.
Going on with that spam. But yeah, she pushes her, throws the vegetable tray, and she's kind of charcuterie board. It was a regular vegetable tray from Sam's in the ocean, and Lisa's just like, you can't throw food, Jim. I'm like, is that's the concern?
That's what I said the same thing. That's what it is.
Pushed all around this boat, and your concern is the damn vegetable tray in the ocean. Okay. And so while this is going on, the girls are twerking, and you know, they all start to cut. After a while, they see what's going on. They cuddle Jen, and Jen just kind of goes off. What were your thoughts on the way that she handled her conversation with Lisa?
I thought it was absolutely nuts. I couldn't believe that Lisa allowed her.
Yeah, I was confused.
To like really talk to her and treat her like that. And then even when Jen moved away and she threw the damn vegetable tray in the water, you know, Lisa was like, I'm gonna follow you, and she was still like trying to hold on to Jen and shit like that. It was some crazy shit to me, which is like they really are vying for her friendship. It's like it's almost like they hate her, but they really want to be her friend, kind of like Caddy Herring and from the Mean Girls, how she hated the leader of the group, but she wanted to be the girl's friend so bad she was willing to do anything for her acceptance and approval. That was just crazy to me.
I don't understand. What is the benefit of being friends with Jen Shah at this moment? Let's say, okay, season 1, maybe she was that girl, right? She had a rented home then. She looked like she had it all.
She was throwing the 80K parties and shit like that.
Fast forward to third season, she's been indicted. She has all these charges.
Jamie says she lives in a shanty.
Right.
She don't have a car.
She don't pay folks back. She don't have a car. What are the benefits of being like friends with Jen Shah? I mean, other than this show, I don't get it.
I asked you, and this to the group chat. I asked you.
Just like the girls on Potomac, they like to ice girls out. I'm sorry. If I was on Salt Lake City, I would have to ice Jen out. She's a liability. One, she got charges, and that you can't travel far with her. Like, what is the benefit?
Yeah, I would have been and cussed her out. That's another one of those franchises where she only get away with it with those women that's currently on that cast. She wouldn't even be fucking with Mary Cosby like that, because we seen how Mary would chew her ass up. So
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So after they caught old Jen and kind of, you know, get, I guess, whatever, there's two things going on. Jen throws these shoes over the boat. And I thought they were her shoes, but apparently they actually were Angie K's shoes. I feel like she knew they was her damn shoes, because I mean,
I feel like that.
It's too like right that she threw her shoes over the board. I will say, if you throw my shoes over, we finna twirl.
I don't give a fuck if they was $1,500 or $15. Now I gotta walk barefoot. Yeah, when we get on land, I'm gonna eat you up, because I can't fall in the water because I can't swim. So when we get on some stable land, I'm gonna have to give you that work, because I know Jen ain't got the money to pay her back for the shoes.
Correct. And so She throws the shoes over, and I'm like I said, I think she did it on purpose. Then again, Angie K didn't do anything when the wine glass was thrown on her head. So I mean, of course, she ain't gonna do nothing with no damn her shoes in the water. At this
The
time, she didn't
producer
know
said
that.
y'all shoes floating in the water.
She did, and then she tried to lie and say it was an accident. I'm like, Jen Shaw, you are not consistent, honey. You are very inconsistent with what you're trying to portray. But in a side conversation between Whitney, Lisa, and Meredith, Lisa, just basically, she had stormed off. She finally had enough of what Jen was saying, storms off and says, like, I'm not doing this, blah, blah, blah. And she storms off and talks to Meredith and Whitney. And Lisa just says that she felt like, basically how she feels. And Whitney says there is no accountability being held. And Meredith hears accountability and was like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to sit over here because you, Whitney, are not about to tell me about anything about accountability. And she calls her on a confessional a little girl. I said, yes, Mary
That was
Collins
fun.
still making her way on these. That's how you know the impact. I'm sorry. But when she said little girl, I was like, why she didn't say that in front of the camera?
Oh man! And then they played the flashback. Little
Yes.
girl.
I really hope that eventually they bring Mary back. I see JP Rob, who ain't never liked Mary, in here talking about some Mary gone for good. We're gonna replace JP Rob with Mary. Don't, you ain't finna do Mother Mary, her gospel.
JP Rob probably be at Mary's church,
JP
running up and
Rob,
down the aisles.
he probably be at that church. I agree. I think I saw him in that chat. All right. So after she throws the shoes, Heather is just like, kiki, blah, blah, blah. And the producers actually tell the other girls, and the first thing Lisa says is, oh my God, not my Saint Laurent. Like, not these shoes that I have to pre-order.
They pre-order.
First of all, they should have been on the boat. I thought they were sandals. They were whole heels.
Platform,
I mean, I get it, but they were like whole platform like heels, but they were not her shoes. If they would have been, oh my God,
that would have been a mess.
It would have been on this damn boat. But
I kind of wish that
it was.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would have been a moment. But they were Angie K shoes. She said they were by accident. So any thoughts or anything about anything else on the boat? Because really it was just Lisa versus Jen. Jen, I guess, drunk, and the other girls trying to keep her calm and coddle her a little bit to calm her down.
Yeah, no, she was wrong for throwing them damn shoes in the off the boat, and Angie K looked so much like a punk just for being like.
Well, again, twice.
Yeah, they was $1,500. Girl, yell at her and tell her that. Get her like you just got her on that Sprinter van. Get her again. I'm sure you got some more ammo in that motherfucking gun. Get her.
I doubt it. It sounds like all she got is she conned me and she owed me money for her husband's party. That's it. That's all she got. And at that point, I'm tired of hearing about it. If she owe you, girl, get your money, or girl, shut up.
She ain't getting no money, child.
She ain't getting no money back from Jen Shah. Nobody is, especially them old people. All right. So back at the house, there's two things that happen. Heather calls Angie H, and Angie H tells her to watch herself, and basically says that watch yourself because Jen Shah is not reasonable when it counts. And I'm like, ooh, what that mean? What do you think she meant by that?
I'm like, does she mean that she just acts erratic and she might do something that's that she's not thinking about, like give Heather a black eye? Maybe.
Oh, maybe we're gonna find out. It's a lot of physical. They need to put that little disclaimer at the end of the episode. The Bravo does not condone violence because these women on this show is getting punched.
They touching each other.
I know Lisa got a bruise because Jen Shah got some big ass hands. I'm just saying.
And a big back, and her strength comes from her back into her arm, into her hand.
So outside of that, Lisa calls John. Now, Lisa always calls John after every argument or whatever. In this moment, the first thing she says is, "Yeah, Lisa threw these $15,000 shoes over." I'm like, "Okay, is that all that happened, girl? That's all you tell him? What about everything else that happened?" But then she says, and that she was pushed, and he was like he physically pushed you, and she was like, "Yeah," and he said, "I'm sick of that." I'm like, all right. Oh, not John. I'm not John fed up, child. I'm like, did it happen?
I'm ready to roll up.
Right. I don't
John and
know.
Henry and Jack gonna be sitting over at that motherfucking townhouse waiting on Jen to come outside. They're gonna jump her ass. They're gonna jump out the closet on her motherfucking ass.
Well, I don't know. She gonna go. She ain't got no car. The Uber. By the time she's trying to get away, she'll call Uber to get away, and by then they'll be there. So hopefully not. But John said he was sick of it. Any thoughts on that?
I liked. I didn't think Lisa's outfit per se was tropical, but I did kind of like her look that she had going on.
Green.
I like the green. I liked it with the like neon yellow kind of pump, the little sparkle jeans, and then she had the little purse with the studs on. I kind of liked it,
He
but
probably
maybe
was
it
going
was
for
like
more
going
like the
out
color
somewhere. I didn't like it
scheme.
for a luau.
Lisa is kind of she has a certain look and she sticks to that
It sticks
look.
to it. That is
It's a
true.
certain, I don't know, it's very would you call it mod? I don't know. She just has a very
She has a distinct
she
look.
Lisa always looks like she is going. You remember America's Next Top Model? They have the go sees. Remember the go sees when they used to have to like go from look agency to agency.
Go from one designer to the
She
other.
looked like she's on going to having go sees. She's going around and trying to get picked up from some of the agency. The most simplest, but that's nice look all the time.
Yeah, I can
But I
see
don't
that.
mind. I'd rather her do that than do something like Jen Shah, who was giving us every culture, hair, every child.
The motherfucker ass, she had palm trees stuck down in her damn pompadour. She had that big thing tacked onto the back of it that she ended up taking off. I
She
was like,
said Jen Shah said she was trying to be Amy Winehouse. That's what she was going for.
I was
Rest in peace, Amy Winehouse. But she wanted to have the Amy Winehouse hair, and her hair designer said, "Got
it. She must have used Robert.
You said what?
She must have used Robert or whoever be doing Garcelle hair.
Oh, I'm weak. All right, so at the beginning of the dinner, and John is definitely a robot. He is very robotic, I will say, but she's very robotic and a very
that whole family is robotic.
They're right. I will say they're very blah blah. On that. JP Rob said a comment too. Cortez, we may not agree on Mary, but you opened my eyes on Whitney. Wait, did you what? Now I feel like everybody's eyes should have been open on Whitney. I feel like did you like Whitney or something, JP Rob, or no? I'm not sure. Somebody in this chat used to like Whitney, and maybe it was JP Rob.
It's probably TKC.
No, TKC is here. Who doesn't watch Salt Lake City? Shout out to TKC for being here. Who don't watch, just coming because he saw we was live. Okay, so it's cultural appropriate. She definitely is. She definitely be doing a lot, child. It's the braids for me. No shade. All right, so they have as in preparation for dinner. They had these fire dancers like for the luau. Have you ever been to a luau before?
I have not.
I only went to the one in Hawaii, and it's so funny because when they had the pig, I think that's like a thing that they do. They have like an actual pig. I don't eat meat, so I was looking like, no, ma'am.
That part did look fun, though. That did look fun.
Yeah,
but I've never been to a luau like a real luau, Hawaiian luau or whatever. Mm. No, I haven't been to Hawaii yet.
Okay. They had strippers too. Whitney loved the strippers. Lisa did not want any parts of the stripper.
And I don't blame you, Lisa.
Lisa is boring. I ain't gonna lie. She's funny, but she's boring to me a lot.
But they wasn't even like good strippers though. Like they opened their shirt, like
take it out, whip it out, slap me in the face with it.
I ain't saying all that, but I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. When I see a stripper, I'll slap me with it. Dang. Whatever, child. I know somebody else that would agree. Okay, so they have this conversation about having fun, and Dana mentioned last week that this was her first ever girls' trip. I said last week that I felt like Dana was pretty kind of boring, kind of like carpoolish. That's what she gets based off of last week and this. So in this moment, after talking about, I guess, the kind of fun that they have not had, Angie K asked Dana how was her first girls trip. Dana is just like, yeah, it was cool, but I want to address something. I want to confront Jen because I'm tired of talking to everybody that's about it. So I want to get everything out. And so she talks about how she did not like how Jen addressed Angie H. She talks about how she told Angie K to shut the fuck up and felt like if that's your friend, how could you talk to her like that? I'm like, girl, did you not see her pour a damn wine, some wine on her head like that?
What
I mean,
more do you need?
right? What do you need? What kind of answer do you need? And so, um, I don't remember seeing this moment, but if Jen Shaw was giving very much so. I'll wait, y'all finish. And it sounds like Jen, maybe there's more moments like this. I feel like this happens a lot. I feel like Jen Shaw is talking, but the girls be talking, and she'd be like, she wants the one to have like full attention. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, Dana throws Heather into the mix
Yes, she did.
and says that basically, she gave her an ultimatum and told her that if she ever gave her one, that she would basically not be friends with Jen. And
That's
so Heather is looking
what it
around.
was like.
She's like looking around. Her beauty lab looks and face is like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And she powers up, child. And when she does that, Dana, they start talking about, sorry, not Dana. Heather starts to basically say how she feels and what she said. She did indeed kind of say that. I don't think she said she wouldn't be friends with her. She just said like that's not something
She
she
alluded to it, kind
correct,
of though.
correct.
What she was saying was like, "Oh, if somebody who's supposed to be my friend ever gave me that ultimatum,
Yeah.
like you pretty much ain't my friend, and I know whose side I need to be on."
Correct. So
At
I
that
get what
time.
Dana was trying to say, but she didn't use those exact words. But after Heather goes to explain, how she felt, they start talking about Heather basically talks about, I guess, why she's associated with Angie H. And while being associated with her, I guess apparently the reason that Angie H, which I didn't even know, decided not to give the apology is because there was legal advice being said that she should not be associated with Jen. And I'm assuming this is because of her legal battles. I don't know. It sounds
I'm guessing, but which is crazy to me because you and your fat fucking elf on the shelf husband talked about on the show how this account was made up. So you're gonna be linked to Jen. Not only that, even
not
outside of that,
legit.
let's say if nothing like that happened, you still are trying to film and be on a show that Jen is an actual cast member on. You still gonna be linked to Jen. So I didn't really understand it because I was thinking maybe she was doing it because maybe Coach Shah and Jen maybe they could sue or like
That's what I
defamation or something
felt.
like that.
Me too. I thought that maybe it was because if they admitted to saying that they did it, then they could sue.
Yeah.
But I mean, but they did admit to saying it. I don't know. It's weird. They
Yeah, that's
only.
what I'm saying. They did admit to
Uh,
saying it, so I don't get what I
I
don't
was
understand
confused
that
by that
whole.
whole exchange because we didn't. Did we know that she did not
No,
give?
because that was at the dinner with Heather, Dana, and Angie H, and they didn't show that part.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like we didn't even know until now that first of all flopped to production because we didn't know that Angie H. We was under the impression that Angie H was going to issue the public apology.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's what we thought, but that's not the case. And so Heather talks about that, and Dana says that Heather knew why Angie H could not give the apology. And I'm like, well, is Heather lying? Heather is talking, but then again, I'm like, okay, all we know right now is not Angie. Heather is friends with Angie H, and it sounds like she is still supportive of Angie H,
Absolutely.
regardless, which is what Jen doesn't like. That's the overarching thing that bothers Jen.
Yeah.
And so when Jen hears that she didn't want to be associated in legal rights, Jen is like furious. She's like, she don't want to be associated with me. Like she created a page about me. Like, what do you mean, like sue and stuff like that? Like she was livid or whatever. So I can understand it because it's like you're saying, like, girl, you were saying you don't like what about what you did? You made a whole page about me and what my husband and stuff like that. So I don't know. It was a bit weird, but Heather explanation, I wish Heather would have just said, listen, that's my friend. I'm gonna stick beside her. Cause I feel like her rationale wasn't really given to me. I don't know.
That's what she should have said. Hey, I fuck with you. I'm gonna support you as much as possible, but I like her, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna stick beside her as well.
that's what I would have
So
did because it looks like even from like outside looking in, it looks like Heather is kind of being a little two-faced. We do know Heather has not really been, she's been coddling Jen and stuff like that all throughout this trip. But realistically, it's very evident that she's doing it because, the fire is not on her. I guess she feels like, Jen added with Angie K. Jen added with Lisa. She ain't thinking about me. But Dana reminded her real quick, girl, don't act like you ain't got issues with Jen. And you talked about it to me at that dinner with
Yep.
Angie H. And I mean, I don't fault Dana. Do you feel like Dana that was out of Dana's place? So you feel like she was? What you think?
I feel like in that moment,
Yeah,
Dana may be, trying to put herself out there a little bit more, but she was at the table with them. She was present when with the things that she is talking about,
yeah,
such as her, yelling at Angie H and cussing out Angie K, and
mm,
her and Heather and Angie H having the dinner and sit down. So she were present. So I do feel like she has a right to bring all of these instances up because she was actually present. She
yeah,
wasn't going off of third party hearsay.
yeah. Very true. Very true. JP Rob says Jen always wants everyone to pick sides. I agree.
Yeah,
And
she
but
does.
no, but she always wants everyone to pick her side. She don't never
Her
see.
side. And
She's a narcissist, as I think.
Jen do some fucked up shit. So it's
But she
crazy
wants you to
for her
stick
to
by
act
her
like
side no matter what. And unfortunately, Heather so before there was Angie H who was doing all type of weird and wrong shit and Heather supported, that was Jen Shah. Okay? Literally. We saw it. Jen could do whatever. She could throw a glass. She could do whatever. And Heather was just there. Like,
yeah,
okay,
and
you're my
Heather
friend.
still kind of stuck beside her
She's
even
still like
earlier,
that. Right. Heather
throwing
is
the
all
shoes in the water, and Heather like, yeah, I don't know what happens in them shoes.
now that was her shoes. I bet she like that for one, that's not cool. Like that's
And
the
then she
fact.
even threw one of Whitney's in there. Well, I think that was kind of an accident, but she like threw it down and just kind of slid off the boat. But
Well, if it was Whitney's, it didn't cost much and it wasn't much. It wasn't nothing to throw in the child. Cheap baby doll shoes probably because Whitney cheap.
he
Um,
said Whitney got them shoes off She.
not even Sheen child. Etsy. Ain't nothing wrong with Etsy, by the way. If you found the right stuff, I will
Or
say that.
Sheen now, or Sheen.
Or Sheen, if you found the right stuff. Okay, so after this happens, Heather finally says something back to Dana and asks her, "Why are you so invested? Like, why is this such an issue to you?
Mhm.
Basically, keep it about you wanting to tell Jen not to do this, but as far as you trying to bring me into it, why are you so invested?" Angie H gets involved, and Heather tells her, "After what you've been through today, you need to sit back and eat your damn food." You need to shut the hell up because she basically told Angie K, you shouldn't have let her pour that drink on you.
Right, she
Or you
did.
got bigger issues, bitch.
Like, girl, after what she done did to your ass and how she embarrassed you, shut the fuck up.
And so it becomes a battle of Jen. It comes a battle of who has Jen done the worst. Because I mean, Heather, I get what you're trying to say, but girl, I mean, after I still ain't got over the fact she called you honey boo boo. Okay, that is wrong.
Shrek.
And Shrek. Like, she may didn't throw no drink in your head, but that is a clear insult to your looks, a clear insult to your size. That's body shaming, girl. I need you to.
All of that.
I get what you're saying, Heather, because yes, you ain't the one to say it. But I guess if she felt like she did, so her and Angie go back and forth. Angie says that a manatee, yes, she did, Empress. Forgot about that. They go back and forth, and Angie K says basically everything coming out of Heather's mouth is bullshit. And they kind of just go back and forth. So that's one argument. Now, any thoughts on that before we move to the next part of the argument? Because it keeps going. It just keeps escalating from person to person.
Well, no, because I did kind of like Heather when she kind of bossed up in that moment and was
Yeah.
telling Angie K, girl, you need to sit there and be quiet. That's it.
Yeah.
I did kind of like that.
Well, Angie
But
K
I
was.
also like that them hoes was like, no, Heather, this ain't what you've been saying, though. You've been singing something completely different. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
like
and
that
that
all
what
this.
she said. She was just like, and it was weird to me to see Angie K kind of go to bat for G in this moment. She was just like, and this girl has been a good friend to you. And I'm like, huh? I'm just lost.
Girl,
Are you over it? Are you
they
over
buying
it?
for this lady friendship who done treated them all like shit. But they like,
All of
no,
them.
I'm the best
I'm the
friend here.
friend. I'm the friend. I'm just like this is ridiculous actually. But Lisa also chimes in on Heather and says, "No, Heather, that's not what you've been saying because you told me that you was sick of Jen and that you were basically going to be like not being friends with her, but kind of moving forward. You felt like the friendship was not even, and yada yada yada." Dana tries to stop Lisa, and then Lisa tells her, "Hush, I'm mad." She starts to scream, and then she was just like, "Don't come for me, Jen. Jen, don't come for me." Or whatever. And Jen has forgotten about the whole boat incident. She don't remember. She's like, "What are you talking about? Y'all are crazy." And I'm like, "Bitch, you serious? Are you fucking?"
Like, stop
She don't
playing.
remember any of it. So I guess she gonna stick with the narrative that she was drunk. We're gonna just say she was drunk.
She is.
Any thoughts on that? Because they had to basically remind her. Everybody had to remind her what she did: the pushing, the shoving, the screaming. She didn't remember any of that.
She act like she was so shocked. That was so funny. But
Yeah,
when when Lisa turned in and was like, no, no, I'm mad right now. It's
she was like,
like
"Lisa,
it's almost like
no,
a
Jay,
don't hold me
I'm mad
back.
right now. Like, go on over with me for this Apollo.
Don't hold me back. Don't hold
Go,
me back.
go away. Get off me. Get off me."
But then Lisa and you probably gonna talk about this next, but she like then threw Jen under the bus about Heather, about the 60-40 or whatever. It was so much going on at the fucking table.
Well, yeah. So they Lisa and Jen go back and forth. And it gets to the point to where Lisa calls Jen a liar, and then Lisa corrects herself and says, "You're lying about this," because Jen was like, "Don't fucking call me a liar."
Yeah, yeah.
Clearly, that's something that triggers. He don't like to be called a liar, and you know, in this moment after they have their argument, Jen ignores Lisa as Lisa's going off and turns to Angie K and apologizes for the drink throw. And they having a whole conversation while Lisa's on the side, and that Lisa even more pissed because Lisa didn't get an apology.
Right.
Again, this is the
It's
second
like
time this season where somebody's got an apology that she felt like she should have got one, and she is mad.
she was like, yeah, Angie, I'm sorry. I was like, and Angie
Lisa's
was
like,
like,
"Are you kidding me? One, why are you ignoring me while I'm going off? Two, why are you giving her an apology because you owe me one?" That was Lisa's thoughts.
Angie was like, tear.
Girl,
Like she wants to
you know
like
what I said? These ladies are weak. This is
they
crazy.
these some weak ass
I
women.
mean, this
Like,
literally just happened. Like, come on now. Y'all cannot be
listen,
longing for this friendship like that.
Atlanta, Potomac, New Jersey, that table would have been in that damn pool. Like they would, these women are they really I don't know. They really want to be that lady friend. And I want to know why. Because honestly, at this maybe they just like her. Maybe they like Coach Shah and her kids. So maybe that's what it is. I
Child.
don't
And they ain't care about them kids.
know.
As you did mention, Lisa did turn it on Jen. And she basically tells Jen to be honest about everything and how she felt about like why was she upset. And so Jen starts to explain why she was upset. Obviously, it was because when she got there to the audition or the choir rehearsal, whatever it was, Angie H was there. Heather says that she didn't know that they was wearing matching outfits. She didn't know they was doing a dance. She if she had known they was
She's
gonna
like,
do
she came with Heather. I mean, she came with Whitney.
right, but Heather was like, she didn't know they was gonna wear matching outfits and do dances together. She didn't know. She knew she was coming, but she didn't know it was gonna be a whole thing. I was like, what difference does it make the point?
But
But
no, initially she tried to act like she didn't even know why. She was like, I didn't know that she was going to show up with Whitney. And Whitney was
yes.
like,
Well, see, that's the thing. I think she was saying she didn't know she was gonna show up with Whitney because she knew she was coming.
okay, okay.
I think she's trying to put like the with Whitney. That's why she said matching outfits and the dance because I feel like she thought or had the impression Angie H would come, but she didn't know she was going
She
to be
didn't
doing
know they
all
was
that.
coming as a
I
duo.
guess when you think about it, when she came with Whitney, it made her have more of a valuable role versus just being somebody to show up. She was pretty, important because Whitney's a part of the show and she's auditioning for the thing, and it made, you know what I'm saying, it gives her more, I guess, camera time versus coming by herself. I think that's what she was trying. I think. I don't know.
Okay, we can go with that. But
I could be
even
wrong.
and I would have to say in this instant, Whitney was innocent because Whitney didn't even know what had happened with the whole Shah
She
exposed
did.
case.
She didn't.
So
You're right. She didn't. And she said in that moment, if she knew, then she probably wouldn't have come with her.
yeah,
So, which is very rare that Whitney don't know something. Um, and so
little girl.
right, little girl. Jen questions, basically, why would you want to be friends with somebody that has come for my family and come for me? And then I just think back to, Jen going for Meredith last year. I think back to, all these things, and it's just like, girl, now you want to play this loyalty card, but it was a bit hypocritical to me. But she's throwing this at Heather. Heather gonna take the bait, and Angie, I mean, Heather makes a good point. Heather says that I am not the only person that is friends with Angie H. Like, yes, but at the same time, I think that she's only Heather is keeping Angie H around more.
Around. I wouldn't say she was. I don't think she's the. I To
Yeah,
me, looking at it, it looks like she's the only person friends with Angie
correct,
H. She
correct,
may not be the only person that may be in contact with Angie H. or
correct,
has communicated with her, but
correct,
it looks like she's the only one that's friends. Hell, she going back to her room, FaceTiming Angie H on
correct.
the motherfucking
That
phone, like Angie H in charge of the girls. Like, you sit at home with
I
your
agree.
fat fucking elf on the shelf husband. She don't need to know a play by play of what's going on over here because she wasn't invited.
Very
So
much so. That's very true. So I think it's less about her being friends with or whatever, but I think that clearly she has the more defined relationship between her. I'm sorry, with Angie H. She's the only
mhm.
one. She's the one that keeping her more relevant within the group. Cause she even when they're talking about her and kind of like Lisa's not filming with her, Jen don't want her around. Dana, I don't know if Dana knows her or not, but she's just there or whatever
Yeah,
because she
seemed like she was just there.
right. So I don't know. But after that, Jen asks her, tells her, she's like, Heather asks her, like, what could I do to move forward? Jen says, not be friends with Angie Harrington. Heather says, I'm not doing it.
It ain't happening because I want to go on a yacht and eat snacks and shit or whatever Jen said. Uh,
Correct.
get
Correct.
out there. So yeah,
Correct. And so she basically says Heather is not loyal. In fact, the only person that she said is loyal in that moment is Angie K. And everybody confused. Like,
I
then you
was
just start
I was
drinking.
confused. I was looking
But you
around
know what?
like,
She is loyal because she ain't cussed your ass out, and she's still over here somehow fighting with somebody else about you hours later. I'm saying hours after being having a Drake point on her damn head. So and her shoes in the water. Forget.
shoes are in the water. Her
Yes,
shoes
you're
ain't
right.
got
She
fucking
is
ate
loyal.
by
She at this
sharks.
rate, I think she may be more loyal than Heather. I think she may have won the battle of who has Jen done the worst. It goes to Angie K. I'm just saying.
She
I
do
don't
owe
know.
you a lot of
Angie K
money,
was
and
just lost. Angie K was just like, hey, like, thank God I got my friend back now. Am I gonna get this money back?
damn, now I'm gonna have to tell her about all the shit I done said about her and how I said she was a calm woman. So
Well, I will say in current day, I don't think she is definitely not friends with her. They're not friends because those confessionals were filmed later.
oh well, yeah, that's true. That is
And
true.
she's going in because she made a comment earlier during the little show, and she was like, "I'm loving this show, but I may have to tell them that they may not get paid."
Oh,
Did you
that
hear
was
that?
funny though when she did that in the
When she
confession.
said
Y'all may
that,
have to put them to the side and be
she,
like, y'all
she's like,
probably
"Girl,
not.
y'all ain't getting paid."
I was like, oh,
I
damn.
was like, "Yeah, she is talking bad trash in this damn confessional." So I'm pretty sure they're not friends anymore, and she's still unpaid. So I guess no benefit, right, to having Jennifer friend. As the table, Lisa gets up, says she's gonna leave and go talk to her son, her 10-year-old son,
Because he
and
missed her.
Jen, after Heather says no to not being friends with Angie H, Jen says, are you a Heather Gay or a Lisa Barlow? And Lisa Barlow in the back, like, Lisa's Barlow's fine. Lisa Barlow is fine. I'm
I
like,
had
"Hey,
liked that though.
girl."
I was like, yes, you better catch your damn
I'm
name
like,
and
you
turn
better catch,
around.
like, bitch, I heard you, oh.
Like, yeah, I heard what the fuck you said. I'm good over here.
I'm good. I like that. I was like, come on, Lisa. But Heather tells her, go find you another Heather Gay. And honestly, I hope I'm not saying we only need one Heather Gay in the world. We good. That's all.
Yeah,
We good. So if there's
we could
another one,
that one pushover. So
if there's another, we got to figure out something to get on this plan. But
yeah,
no,
she was like, I'm good." Pretty much like she was done
it
with
was
that
very much
friendship.
so the same thing of you lost me, bitch. You lost me. And so I'm pretty sure we ain't lost her. I'm pretty sure they'll make up in the next episode, which is where we see the
She'll make
eye.
up with Jen quicker than she will her cousin,
Really?
though. Yeah,
And that's so crazy. Because I always thought it would be the other way around. But I
yeah.
guess bad weather was never good.
She don't really like her inbred cousin that much, so.
Not Amber.
But, and wait a minute. One thing though, when Jen got up though and walked away from that table, and they got that back shot of her, I was like,
I try not to look anytime Jen's shape is shown because
homegirl is ready to
it's
tackle.
it's not flattering. It's just not a flattering shape. I'm just not into it. But hey, somebody.
Why did Lisa Barlow go in on Jen though, talking about you fake booty, fake boobs?
She did in the confessional.
Yes.
Now I hope she don't at the reunion say, "Oh, I was mad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it." Because that girl,
I didn't know my mic was on.
I didn't know my mic was on. I was like, I hope she don't say that at the reunion. But I did catch Lisa when she said that, and I was like, okay, all right, Lisa girl, all right. But yeah, so the next episode is it looks like the Marilyn Monroe theme party. I'm so sick of these damn.
Those wigs were horrible.
I'm not sick of these themes. I love the themes. I just love what they're doing with the themes. They're not really delivering. I mean, Luau, okay, y'all can kind of have that, whatever, sure. But this Marilyn Monroe thing with all these cheap little Party City wigs and that lingerie party, they need to step it up. Because the wigs on their head, I didn't even see Lisa at the table. I would love to see Lisa in something other than like straight hair and her brunette. I would love to see something. So if she did participate, I want to see it.
Yeah, I
want to see them too because they both have like that.
But
go ahead.
I saw Dana's wig. It looked like it was too fucking little for her damn head. It was sitting like right there. It was so stupid. I was like, why would you do this?
You know how you know Bebe's kids, the two women. Not Vivian, the other one. What was her name? Not Vivian was the one with the
I don't remember the name.
That's what it kind of remind me of. We're gonna see next week. I want to see the whole scene. I will say one thing about Salt Lake City, all their scenes they have like the most chaotic scenes consistently.
Because it was so much going on that fucking. It was almost hard to kind of keep up with like.
They were literally going. It was like if I was arguing, then you when I started arguing with you started arguing with Jamie. Then Jamie started arguing. It was just like I agree. Everybody is clearly fighting for something on the camera, except for Meredith. She's kind of like, girl, I ain't got no. I'm done. Angie K is like kind of quiet now. She didn't say what she said. But yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see though. The last time I seen a Marilyn Monroe theme was on. Oh, was it Marilyn Monroe? No, that was. It wasn't on Drag Race. I don't know. I don't think it was Madonna or something like that. But I'm excited to see. I'm ready to see what happens with Heather's eye.
It seemed like it was Jen that she was talking to though. From when if the voice was matching up with what was going on in that moment at that door, it seemed like sounded like it was Jen to me. So I'm like, did Jen pop this bitch?
I mean, it looked like it was a criminal, so it would definitely be fitting if it was allegedly. I just put the link in the chat for some call-ins if we have some call-ins today. We pretty much talked about the entire episode. Overall, cool episode. I'm ready to see where it goes and how it ends out. The reunion, I believe, is coming up. Is it this week?
I'm thinking because he sent the thing out last week to get questions. I'm thinking the reunion comes up this.
Well, there's speculation that Jen Shah may not be there.
Yeah, that's what I think I seen. I don't know if somebody sent it or what. Where Meredith was saying she hoped that she comes. I wish that she could because at least if she does come, it will give her a moment to really say her piece. I know she wouldn't be able to go into detail about things and stuff like that, but she can at least show up and try and stick up for herself as much as
It's
possible.
not
Because
gonna
if she
work.
doesn't show up,
The difference between her and Erica Jane to me, even though Erica's obviously, she was accused of stuff, right? She's obviously innocent at this moment or whatever. But Erica Jane, so Jane is not strong to me. She's not strong enough. She's very emotional. She's not in touch with her emotions all over the place. I'll say that. Like she cannot keep up. I feel like it would be a lot of crying, a lot of like, she may end up saying the wrong thing. And so I don't, I want
but
her to
also
come.
another difference is between her and Erica Jane is just like the severity of the charges. Erica Jane, they was asking, "Oh, did you know about it?" No, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Whereas Jen is the one that allegedly was the
Yeah.
mastermind behind the crimes, whereas Erica was, just married to the person that allegedly was behind the schemes and shit like that.
She
That's
only
hard.
went to BravoCon because she was in New York for one of her court meetings. I'm sure. Oh, can she come to LA? Wait, where is? Well, they're probably gonna do it. Child, the only way Jen Shaw gonna be able to be if they do it at her house. Because at this
Now
rate,
she gonna have to.
I
Now
don't
they
know.
gonna phone her in. She's gonna be on
Child,
the television screen. But I hope that she is
yeah.
there, because if they
Well, I
go
want
ahead
her
and
there
film it,
because I didn't like. So Mary didn't come last year. Mary was a huge part of the damn season, and Jen Shaw is not a huge part, but she's from at least from like three
she still
episodes
kind of
to
got a lot
now.
to answer for, though.
Correct,
Yeah.
and I need her to be there. So let's make sure. Hopefully, she gets to be there. Um, hopefully, maybe like I said, do it up the street in Salt Lake City where she can make it.
If she's
No,
a real bitch, she gonna show the fuck up, and
she
she's just gonna be like,
Jen
she's
Shaw
gonna.
likes camera time. I don't think
She
if
does,
she don't show up, it's not gonna be at her wheel.
and she also probably will want to make sure that that door remains open,
Of course,
just in case things go in her favor when they after sentencing.
what
So
favor?
where she may not have to go away to prison or something like that. You just never know. So if she gets to just do community service or probation or house
Hell
arrest, whatever the
no.
case may
She ain't gonna
be,
be out here building no houses and feeding the needy.
if she
Allegedly
does not
stole
have to
from
go to
old
prison,
people.
she can, it can still give her the opportunity to be able to be on the show, possibly.
I'm sure she would love that. So maybe y'all can start a petition for it.
No, I
It
ain't got
sounds
time.
like Antonio want to be her friend too.
No, now listen. I'm just looking out for Coach Shah.
Well, you see, if you're looking out for him, then you should let her go, and then
No, because that's gonna be a broken man if she go away, and I can't deal with that.
Yeah, they said this how you can't fix a broken man. That's what she said in one of those times, I believe. All right, y'all. We didn't get any call-ins today, and that is totally fine. So we'll go ahead and lean out early. We will be here on Wednesdays going forward for the rest of the season. For Salt Lake City. Same time every Wednesday. This is the new Wednesday Night Live, obviously. And for those that are going to be watching Real Housewives of Miami, we will have a show for, but it will not be live. It'll be a show that is pre-recorded and posted. So just look out on the channel for those. I think the first 4 episodes of season 5 of Real Housewives of Miami drops tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Myself and the panel, it was myself, Chase, Danny, and Jamie will be getting together to get y'all the review for those 4 episodes between tomorrow and next week. Okay. So with that being said, if I don't see you then y'all have a good rest of y'all weekend. We'll see y'all next week, Monday, for Potomac. And like this video, subscribe. If you're part of the replay gang, let us know you out there watching. Thank y'all for watching today. Nisha, Dr. C, Samira, Mel was here, Empress, JP Rob, Danny, random info. Sammy was here, MJ. Shout out to everybody who was watching. Ayurveda. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day, and we'll see y'all next time. Okay.
Peace.
Good night.